here. Just replace my computer. Last week's live, my light was bothering me. Let's hope that today everything's going to be fine. So who's here? Hello, Marilyn. Oh, thank you. I would have to go check. Hold on. Let me do this. On YouTube platform, if they were collected. Let me go check that. That is so nice of you. Now I'm going to go on my phone. So hello, Remy. Hello, Deer Hunter. Hello, Remy again. Hello, Carol. Hello, Dave. From the frozen tundra. Yeah, it's been a weird day for us here. Like, I was working on a certain project today. Everything was fine. There's no snow. It was sunny. And then my husband taps on my shoulder and he was like gushing like a storm outside. I was like, wow, that happened fast. So hope everyone's fine. Okay, so let me go on my phone. Internet's slow today. Put the volume down so I don't do that mistake twice. Okay. Yes, don't forget to do the thumbs up. Okay, so 1, 2. Hello, Jatam, 3, 4. Hello, Birdhouse Lady, 5. Tina, 6, 7. Alexandra T. Fisherman Becoming Green Stalker in Blazing, Arizona. I think that's 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, the 10 of them have been claimed. Awesome. So I'm seeing new names. Blazing, Arizona. That's the first time I see you. I don't know if you're still here. Hello, Fisherman. I think I saw you a couple of times. Welcome again, Tina Harper. I did see your name. I can't remember if it was on my channel or on Remy's channel. But welcome again, Birdhouse Lady. Definitely the first time seeing you. Ecocentric, I don't know if you're here, but hi. Hope I haven't seen you since the new year. Happy New Year. And to all new people here, Happy New Year. Yeah, it's always like that. I remember Tracy, after the event that happened on my channel, I think like 2 months back, he donated, I can't remember the amount. And sadly, I don't think any was claimed. But I'm happy all of them were. Thanks again for the wonderful gift. How was everyone's week? So if you haven't caught up on my videos, I started creating content again. I did take about almost 3 weeks of time off from live, from posting. I still did posting pictures and all that, but I did take a little break. I kind of felt burnt out content-wise, and I just didn't want to post something to post something. I want it to come from my heart, so I did rest. I am sitting down, having a journal, looking into different possibilities. I did say in last week's live that I will be shifting a little bit the content of the channel because I feel like I'm all over the place, and I kind of want to narrow it down to like under 5 subjects. Like, I know pantry is very, very popular. There's a lot of questions around pantry, how I store it, the deals, the grocery stores, the bulk items, and all that. I see it also on other channels. So I know pantry preserving will be definitely on that top 5 list. So I did ask that question last week, if there is special like niches within homesteading that you would like to see more. Don't be shy. Tell me. Yes, definitely an emotional week for you. May I share? Oh, I have a visitor. Look who's here. Tracy.
Hey,
Tracy, do you promise you'll behave?
yes, I always behave. I'm the good one.
We kind of misbehave on our last live, so
Is that still monetized, Remy?
I wanted to ask, yeah. Did you get a slap on the hand from Friday's live, Remy? You can't tell. I have a Tracy needs to make a little dent. Okay, so where was I going? So Remy, Friday was his last day at his job. He's been working there for a long time, and he's starting a new job on Monday. So let's give him like good energies, good vibes, and prayer so that Monday like transition first week goes very well. Okay, so your live stream was fine. So the reason why I'm asking if everyone will behave is because I'm still on warning.
Oh,
So I
I'll
have
definitely behave.
so I have warning till the 21st, and if I have like another warning, they'll shut me down. So we don't want that. So
No.
that we'll be extra careful and keep it for the podcast that could be
Yes,
coming anytime soon.
that was very encouraging for me because we had, what, four of us on there or five of us at
I can't
any point.
remember. I can't remember.
And
Well, it was me. So there was you, Remy, Angie, Darren, Marilyn. I think we were 6.
oh, wow. And yeah. And we just had a blast. We were laughing, and that's what I want the podcast. That's what I'm really looking forward to the podcast being, is just us getting together and having a blast.
So, side note, for those who don't know, because mainly everyone that's here right now, I'm seeing 10 people, was part of the conversation behind the scene. Tracy has came out from T-Hand 141 Homestead, came out with the great idea of doing a podcast with, I think it's 5 or 6 channel. I can't remember.
I
I'll
think
play.
there's 7 of us counting me, or I don't know, because
Okay, so I'll go under 10. So at
yeah,
least it's going to go in that number. So all of us together, we're going to create, we're still like looking into the logistics of it all, but we probably will be creating a new channel, and it's going to be podcast oriented, homesteading. So the good, the bad, and ugly of homesteading. And are you still going with the other side of the project with Patreon?
yeah, I'm planning on it. I'm trying to work out, because the thing with Patreon is it is totally it's like the difference between Russia and the United States as far as freedom of what you can talk about, as
That's not
long
what I
as
want to
you're
do.
as
Sorry, I
long
wanted
as
to
you're
put you. Hold on.
that's okay.
How do I put you?
Down on my icon in your uh,
Yeah.
thing, there should be just a little guy up in the corner.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go.
Nobody should have to see that.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No, but Patreon is so much freer, as long as you're not bullying or hurting anyone or anything like that. Is my understanding, and I read through the community guidelines, and I read through them in like 3 minutes, because it's really simple, basically. Whereas you try to read through YouTube's community guidelines, and it'll take you a while. Um, but we're going to do that as kind of an after party. So we'll go on YouTube for X amount of time, and that's kind of like a warm up, and then we'll do an after party afterwards on Patreon, um, and hopefully that will, and we're hoping to, yes, boost our channels a little bit, but the big thing is we can be entertaining and just have a lot of fun and share a lot of knowledge when we get together, like at the conference last year. When we get together, there is a lot of stuff going on, a lot of entertainment, there's a lot of laughter, there's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of knowledge being shared. And that's what I look forward to.
Awesome. Okay, let me see if I can get back. Woohoo! I did it right. So that's going to be the podcast. So since we have 11 people here, I told Tracy I was going to talk about the names. So we came up with a couple of names and we want to play around with it and, like, I don't know, the feely of it. So what was the 3 names we came up with?
The No Borders Homesteading, and I kind of made a because I started a Patreon thing. I haven't published it yet, with the No Borders Homesteading, but then the motto would be no borders, no limits, no bull. It just, but the wonderful thing is we're being able to, this is going to be a channel that's going to be able to benefit from all of our input. Let's see. I've got a bunch written here.
Hold on. Hold your thought. What do you mean remove the heart?
Oh, can you go to your YouTube?
Yes.
Under this live, like you're going to put the description on this live, except then once you get there, you go to customization on the left, and it will say.
Is that within YouTube?
Yes, it's on. It's actually on YouTube Studio.
Okay, hold on. Let me go there. So YouTube Studio. Okay, so I'm gonna go in live. Okay.
All right. Once you're
customization.
and then you scroll down. You want to make sure that your chat will play on the replay and stuff, but just down a little bit, it's something. What is it? Share emotions or something like that.
Live reactions.
Live reactions. That's it.
You want me to remove that?
Yeah, that, because that shows up. That's that little heart that is right down where the moderators can't click on the last comment that's given.
Okay.
And
is it gone? I can't see it anymore.
Yeah, she said you got it.
Yoo-hoo! Now I lost track where we were.
Well, you're somewhere in Canada and I'm somewhere in New York.
Right. Thanks for clarifying that. Okay, so I lost my train of thought, so it's going to come back for sure. You were talking about Patreon. And the names. Yes. That's where we were at. So No Borders Homesteading.
Hold on, let me grab. I got my actual book up here. Okay.
Hello, Fox.
From the Start Homesteading got 44% of the vote on my thing. And then the No Borders Homesteading got 22%. And then Tuesday we're supposed to get back together, all of us, and kind
Tuesday is this week, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was 3 names. Now you just said 2, no?
Yeah.
So there's No Borders. I can't remember the first one you
said.
No
Borders, From the Start Homesteading. Let's see. I've got a list here of a bunch of them we went over. Crossing the Borders, Homesteading, Homesteading Friends, Crossing Bridges, Homesteading, the All-Inclusive Homestead Show.
That's
No,
some fun. All inclusive homestead show. That sounds cool.
no limits homesteading, from the start homesteading, all aspects homesteading, homesteading differently, the black sheep's homesteading.
That was my idea.
You know us oh so well. Uh, reality roots. Yeah, reality roots, homesteading across borders with friends.
Wow.
Um,
That's a mouthful though.
yeah, and then I have two movies written down: Bon Cop, Bad Cop, and
That's
Father
from
and Guns.
that's from last week. So, hello Danielle. It's been such a long
And yay!
time. Happy New Year. I didn't know either. I just found that out. Well, the thing is, I probably won't remember to do it every live, so you might have to remind me. Is there a way of the moderators, which is why I don't understand they have it there?
Yeah, they put it that little heart. It's in the way. Like if somebody were to post something inappropriate, that heart is right in the way, so that the monitors can't click to remove the comment. The three little dots in the corner of the comment, the moderators can't get to that because that
Right.
heart is right in the
I
way.
thought you could right click on the comments
I don't think
unless you're
so.
on your phones. I thought. Anyways, could be wrong.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
that's right. The grumpy homesteaders. That was Marlene. Oh,
Grumpy Hamsters. Yeah, I remember that one. Okay, let me catch up on comments. Okay, so we've named a couple of names. So on Tuesday of this week, we're gathering all of us again for round 2 of behind the scenes, and we're probably going to decide a name. So if you have suggestions or or something Tracy said that kind of sounds or resonates with you, tell us because we're gonna have fun. Like
oh
there's
yes,
we're doing this to have fun, to share knowledge, but we're actually doing it for you guys as well. So
yeah.
having your
Well,
input would be fun.
Well, I was thinking, and I'm watching certain podcasts and stuff on YouTube, and the fun these people are having, and the attraction is you're being brought into their circle. And we have such a good community. There's like 10 or 12 of us that we talk almost every day in one way or another. And it's a way to let people into that circle. Yeah.
Obviously, it's going to make connections
Yeah.
for sure. Thank you.
And we were talking with the Patreon channel also, like if we all know how Annie likes to do things against YouTube because she gets the strikes. But
Come on.
if she like wanted to butcher a chicken,
Which I will
she,
never do, but okay, yeah.
yeah, she could actually post the whole process on the
On
Patreon
Patreon,
channel,
yeah.
and then we're all gonna have access to it, and at some point once we get enough money, because that actually costs money. Excuse me, but we'll have it worked out where she will get money for that. She will get paid what that.
Monetized
Yeah.
somehow. Yeah. Okay, so you can't right click. Does nothing, just try it. Okay, so I'll try to remember every live. I will need more beer. True, true. I'm seeing 14 people here tonight, so if you can take 2 seconds of your time to do a little thumbs up, that would help a lot. Hello, Karen. Hope you're doing well. So, last call. So, if you have any suggestions for names for the podcast, it's Homesteaded or Ranted. We're going to be talking, having fun, kind of having a social gathering, but as a podcast. So, it's going to be pre recorded, and you guys will have a kind of edited, raw version of it because obviously we will probably sidetrack and laugh. But it's really going to be like a lot of knowledge and fun. And we did talk a possibility of a live, but we didn't know if we were going to do like once a month or once in whatever, to have like Q&As, or we don't know. We haven't went down that road yet. Chicken butchering video is done from start to finish, but can't post it on YouTube because, yeah, true. I won't be filming processing of chickens because I do it with my husband. My husband does not want to be filmed. So unless like I only film his hands, we'll see. But if it's only his hands, anyways, we'll see. I'm not there yet. Over the garden wall. Ooh,
I'll write that one down.
thank you. Okay, so Karen, you did not miss anything. I was going to go over it, like maybe a little recap. So Tracy came up with an idea to do a podcast with fellow homesteaders that has YouTube channels. So we'll be creating a new YouTube channel and Patreon. We will gather up. We haven't figured out the logistics yet, but probably once a week or once every 2 weeks or whatever. We're going to do a pre-recorded podcast, edit it, publish it, and then we're going to have an uncut raw version of it on Patreon. On Patreon, we will also have other type of content. It will be, I think it's 6 or 7 of us will have access to the other platform as well. But it's like at a baby stage for now.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of names for it, but the heart of this project that Tracy wants to do is for homesteaders to gather together to talk about the good, the bad, and ugly, and share as much knowledge as we can. So between the 6 of us, we almost do the same stuff, but each of us has different flavors. Some of us are off-grid, some of us are solo homesteaders, some of us have big families. So it's like we bring in so much, and you're going to be able to find it in one location with specific subjects. I think that's what you wanted to do, or you wanted to be oriented somewhat subject.
Yeah, we'll have a subject like I believe I've already got pictures to start working on a thumbnail.
Okay.
That well, Angie sent in a bunch of pictures
I'm sure.
for the getting injuries on the homestead. And
She's
but
all ready for that.
yeah, so we'll have a topic, but within that topic, if a rabbit trail opens up that somebody wants to pursue, they're more than welcome to pursue it. My understanding is every 4 seconds on a podcast, you need to have something happen that's going to re-engage someone's hey Angie,
Hi.
that's going to re-engage someone's interest.
I'm sure between the 6 of us,
Between the 6 of us, man,
we'll figure it out. So yes, that is so true. Yeah. I tried catching my doe when she ran away. Oh God. I had like marks.
oh,
If I was a man, the marks I had was like, someone had an exciting night. So all in the homestead, rabbit trail, whole homestead chat podcast. Hello, Cindy. So these are a couple of suggestions. Thank you. But like we might come up with ideas and then go down that road and then say, oh my God, this is really not the flavor we wanted to do. Flip it, turn it around. So figuring out one person channel is actually complicated. So now we're going to be the 6 of us. So it's going to be 6 of our flavors. So
all these personalities.
Yeah. So our personalities will go different ways sometimes, but I'm like super excited to have this. It's going to be totally different. What did I miss? Hold on. Yes, there's 17 people watching. Awesome. It hasn't 18 now. Awesome. Nice. It's been such a long time since I had all these people on. Hello. Say hi. Don't be shy.
every
Trust
fourth.
me, between the six of us, if it's going to be interesting.
Watch Remy's last week after Annie's podcast or after Annie's live is over. Go watch last Remy's last live stream.
It was fun. It was fun.
And I was just drinking water.
Me too. The two of us were on water. I still am on water tonight.
Yeah, I don't drink alcohol except for my tinctures, and then it's just 3 drops under the tongue usually.
Well, with one of the courses I'm doing, they suggest to have a clean diet. So less caffeine, little less possible as alcohol. So like I kind of have to, but I try to drink more water.
Mm-hmm.
And I only have like one beer on Fridays for pizza night, which I know it's probably healthier for me anyways, but it
You have
was,
some fermentation for your gut.
yeah.
Because a lot of the food we eat, believe it or not, the stuff they put on it to keep it on the shelf so long kills the stuff in your gut that you
I
need. And
don't really eat, like I would say maybe, well, if you call yogurt pre-made,
Mhm.
I,
Right.
I eat yogurt every day, but my meals are mainly whole meals. I rarely have boxed item. Like I don't buy cereal. I have bread, which is a staple of, but I would say maybe like 20% of my diet is
Yeah.
like stock items. The rest is like bulk food that I make.
But think about it. They got fruit that has like wax on it, and they're coming up with ways to make this stuff last longer. I
Well, wax, it depends what it is. So Apple people organically spray beeswax
mm,
on their apples so
yeah.
that they are protected. But you just have to scrub it,
Oh,
wash it, and it's finished. But there are certain types of wax that are not good. So, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I just said that. Don't forget to do a thumbs up. Who are the six? So let's try to remember without doubling. So there's Tracy,
yeah. And Annie,
myself, there's Remy,
Remy,
Little Homestead by the Beach, me and you Acres, and Darren. So it's six of us.
yeah. Oh, Lynn.
It's true. Lynn. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lynn. I'm so sorry. I forgot. Lynn. So we're seven. So bucket list homestead, me and you Acres, yourself, Tihan 1 for 1, back to basics homestead, Rem's family farm. I forgot. Patrick.
And
Patrick also
Patrick.
said
Yep.
that he might
Absolutely.
join in, but not like have like come every single time.
Right.
But
We're hoping the way it works out, like if you have like four, I don't think we'd have it if we had less than 3 people. 4 people would be great, or 4 people or more, just so that we can keep it moving and stuff.
yeah. And we also chatted that since Remy, Marilyn, and myself are French, maybe like carry on certain subjects,
Yeah.
just the three of us in French.
Yeah.
There is one very frustrating thing about French people. There is no or barely no contact, like there's nothing on the webs. There's when you look for something, it's easier for us to search in English because all the information is there. Sadly, in French, it's very minimum, and like you search for hours before you find it. So it's gonna be precious for people that are only French
Yeah. And
speaking.
and you guys are in Canada too, so you only get Canadian results. So if you're not getting a lot in French, then imagine what
No,
I was
there's
searching for.
France. I have a lot of France on my French channel,
France.
and
There are
Paris,
French people in France?
of course.
Oh.
France, France is French. It
Oh,
is la baguette. Yeah.
la baguette.
La baguette. Well, if I don't remember if Marilyn said she was up for it, speaking French. I know Remy and I said yes. I can't remember if Marilyn was gone. But definitely, if we can, Belgium also is French. There is certain areas in Africa that speaks French. So, but like the niche is more Canada.
Yeah. And it's underserviced though. Like you're saying, you do a search and you can search for hours and only find a
Yeah,
couple French or So that'll open that up too. Um, this will be a channel. The YouTube portion of it, I believe we can have everyone has. I believe YouTube has it set up so that all of us will be able to upload and maneuver things around, um, and that that's exciting to me because there are parts of YouTube that I struggle with. I am, believe it or not, I am not a people person. Um, I,
And we're doing a podcast.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm pretending I'm talking to myself. I like the sound of my own voice, or so they Trevor's told me for years, because I was a preacher for a long time, and well, for kids, because the adults just laughed at me. But anyway,
That's a total other subject.
but yeah, it's exciting because we can all take and make something big. It's something that our channels are going to help it, and it will help our channels, um, and we'll be able to play off each other.
Yeah. So, Marilyn, if you want to do it live only, no worries. I have absolutely. It is easier to have chat lives when we're like one or two, because like you can answer questions. If it was just the three of us, podcast answering questions could be a little bit harder than six. Of course, whatever you feel more comfortable. Yes, there is. That's what I was just saying. There is people in Africa that speaks French. When I started Back to Basics Homestead, I was going back and forth if I was going to do it in French, because French is my mother tongue. But I kind of realized within, like, I think 1 week of researching, there's nothing out there.
Yeah.
And I did not want to be the one at the time to learn everything, learn content creating and blah, 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 editing, blah, 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 and then converting it in French. So I could have done that. A lot of the work would have been done, but it was just easier for me to do in English. So.
Right. And now they have the subtitles. You
Yes.
can choose to. I think some of mine I've checked. I think all of mine I've checked.
Mine, I think, are all checked by default. But sometimes if you don't articulate properly, it kind of switches the word, but we'll see. I propose it in the chat. I think so. Hello, hello. What, Tracy? Really, I would never have guessed. Okay, so I'm kind of behind on comments, but I'm not sure what we said.
Oh, probably not about me not being a real people person, or
That's
maybe
probably it.
me liking my own voice.
They all gonna laugh at you. Are we that bad?
Well, I said the adults all just laughed at me, and that happens. But see, I will have Darren and Remy and us, just the fact that we're males, we're never going to grow up. So, but then we have the eye candy. We have Angie, Mahilin, Annie, Lynn. We've got the eye candy. We've got the macho guys, like Darren. I don't know why that man doesn't. He needs to just start filming all his videos in the hot tub, and he would be millions of subscribers. They'd all be female. Well, I don't know. Remy might subscribe still. What happens in the hot tub stays in
Stays
the
in
hot
the hot tub. Tant ain't gonna be in the hot tub again, is he? We don't know. It's a line for a movie. Tracy running after another slide. So now that that is said, I think you actually see that everyone is like very like looking forward to all of this. Wait until the conference on Maryland.
Yeah. Well, I said Mahilin is eye candy. right?
Yeah, eye candy.
Yeah, that's a
So
positive thing.
can't wait. She can't wait to do that, or she can't wait for the conference, or both. Or she can't wait for the podcast.
Well, that's a cool thing is when we do get together, we can do a short on location podcast
Yeah.
type thing.
I owe Tracy a slap, Remy, and his twin too.
Oh, you were supposed to forget about the whole male female estrogen thingy we were talking about. I already forgot about it.
I missed it all. I had to cook dinner. Speaking of dinner, so tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit about the pantry challenge from Three Rivers Homestead. Are you doing it?
I wasn't going to, but I'm kind of really trying to hold on to my money right now because I have toys I want to buy, and so I might go ahead and do it.
Okay, so I am doing it. I did say I'm not sure to what extent I'll film it, but I wanted to talk about what I plan for my upcoming week. And it's all mason jars, which is so cool. And I also wanted to see if anyone in the chat are actually doing the challenge and like ideas and all that. So I bring it? I had a sheet. Anyways, so I had a sheet and I wrote the first week of January, like all the meals that I really, really enjoy. And Karen's doing it. Awesome. So I know that I love shepherd's pie, spaghetti, lasagna, soups, pot pies. Like I wrote all of that down and I somewhat know what I've canned. So every week I was like pulling out 7 meals out of that. And no, I'm not falling in the stairs. I promise. It hurts so much. I'm not doing it again. So I pulled out every week 7 meals I wanted to do, and I always make sure to have leftovers so I can do lunches for the kids. I did forget to answer Dave's question, so I'm not sure if he's still here. School is back to normal. The only thing is that tomorrow they are voting if they accept or if they refuse. So I think it's tomorrow or January 15th. Anyways, I know it's in January. So, and it was like probably on the second week back. So my kids were back in school this week, Tuesday to Friday. And then I'm not receiving any indication that school could be closed. But I do hope that when they vote it, it passes because like the kids really need like to go back to school. So I forgot to answer that question. I'm sorry. I hope you're still here. Yes, Hickory Croft Farm is rocking that challenge. I'm seeing all their videos pass, and it's amazing. Let me just catch the comment before I continue. So, Remy wants you to give the slap to the twin. I don't know what that means. Yeah, so she said the eye candy, Nita. I heard the Eastern. So at the moment, it is. There is someone that said that wanted to step up. We have no more. We don't have any more information. So I guess keep an eye on it. That's all I can say. So you're doing it. Awesome. Okay, so I said that. Someone will take over. Okay, so I answered that. I've heard that the challenge. I've heard of the challenge, but not doing it as I would surely fail. I know that Hickory Croft. Yes, Hickory Croft Farm is doing the challenge. That's good. I was hoping for someone would step up. Okay, so the pantry challenge is hosted by Three River Homestead. She does normally 2 challenges every year, one in January and February, which is the pantry challenge, and then in August it's a preserving one. What's it called again? You preserve something every single day in the month of August. Every little bit counts. So I do that one religiously every single year. I film it a little bit differently year after year, but normally I would film the pantry challenge. What is it? It is meant for you to build your own rules. So Three Rivers Homestead is almost self-sufficient. I think she has like 7 or 8 people in her household. So her garden is like not what I am at. So I know that I don't have a dairy animal. So obviously I have to buy dairy. So cheese, cream cheese, sour cream, like every week, I know that I have to buy that. I decided to cancel cereals just to buy bread to cut down the cost because cereals are getting ridiculously expensive and the ingredients are getting more and more questionable. So I decide if they're on special and the breads are like full price, I could slip in. So I do that. And I do fruit. So apple, clementines, and like they like raw vegetables. So I try to keep a certain amount of money per week and I try to stay as close as possible. So everything is getting more expensive. When I started, I think I was doing $50 to $75 every week grocery budget. But now we all know how everything is so expensive. That's like bumped up. So I
Mhm.
keep that number in mind every week. And then this is where I try to build on that. So, are you curious to know what my next week is?
Yes.
I thought Tracy wanted to show his belly for a second. Um, and there is one rule every year that I apply. If it stresses me out, I stop.
Yep.
If I'm overwhelmed or I feel overwhelmed more with the preserving challenge than the pantry challenge because it is a lifestyle. The
Yeah.
pantry challenge is just looking in your pantry and just, okay, we're going to do that, we're going to do that, we're going to do that. And somewhat a little bit organized, like if you want to do recipes, but I've never really been stressed about it. The
Yeah.
only thing is I have to give myself certain restrictions, like not buying cereals, not buying so much. And I'm actually not buying alcohol because I can't really eat it. So, I mean, I can't drink it. So the sacrifice um,
Are
is
you
easier.
sure there's not another little
No, no, I
part
haven't done that in a
pantry?
long, long time.
Okay.
I think last time I'd done that, I was 18 years old or 19. So I haven't touched any of that since then.
Huh?
The green leaves, is that what you're
Oh
talking
no
about?
no 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 no! I was saying, are you sure there's not another? Because you're not drinking, and you're trying to eat healthier.
Yes.
Are you sure there's not another little pear tree? Because your last name means pear tree, right?
You mean pregnancy? No, 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 no. There's no babies.
And then you said I haven't done that since I was 19,
No, 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 no. I
and I
thought you
was
meant
starting
green
to
leaves.
really.
No, no, no. Pregnancy is out of the question. I'm not doing this. Unless someone somewhere decided I was supposed to bear another child. If someone tells me otherwise, no. Fox it up. You set your own rules. You can't fail. It's
Yeah.
about rotating your pantry, keeping shop. Actually, when you rotate your inventory, pantry, shelves, whatever, you kind of get used to it. The year one is kind of looks weird because you're like not used to rotating your inventory. But when you have 700 jars of canned goods, you kind of have to rotate inventory. You kind of have no choice. And you're like, ooh, this date's from 2 years ago. I kind of have to eat it soon.
Yeah.
So we're doing $50 a week for the two of us, but we're going to be over budget. I just made French toast cast. Oh, that sounds delicious.
Mm.
Use leftover hot dog buns and sub buns, trying to get away from throwing food. Yes, at the same time, I try to incorporate like vegetables that are like soft or that like, they need to get used like now. So the reason I did fail, I don't have a pantry. I have some. Okay, so you don't have to have canned good. Like if you have freezer, you can just go look through your freezer and plan meals. And you don't have to do it January and February. You can just do it January if you want. There's a lot of people that only does it 1 month. I don't find it that I'm doing it only 2 months. I find myself doing it for 12 months. I kind of do it year round because I have so much canned food. But if I was like back at My old house, somewhat little bit of pantry. I probably would only do it on January. The alcohol wouldn't be fine print on my own rules. Um, it's well, in Reiki. I'm studying Reiki right now, and one of the key things I have to do in my homework is meditation. And meditation, the enemies of meditation is alcohol, caffeine, and junk food. And I need to meditate 15 minutes to 30 minutes every day, and then I have to do self treatments of Reiki. And also, that's part of like the meditation part. They suggest that these three things have like done as least as possible. And when you perform Reiki, it's the same thing. They tell you to be as clean as possible when you perform either Reiki on yourself or others.
What
So it's
is Reiki?
Reiki is a way of healing with energy. So it's like healing the chakras. It's like a spiritual healing,
Yeah,
all of that.
yeah.
So it's kind of complicated to say like in two words, but
Right,
it's
right.
healing. It's healing with energies, a little bit like crystal healing, but it's from Japan. So sorry, Amy. Yeah, I'm like you, Fox. I have a pantry, but if you do the challenge, we would empty it in January and don't have anything. Yeah, true. There is secondary. There is secondary portion or other challenge called no spend. I can't do that one. Like I have young kids. If it was just me and my husband, I would stock up like on everything we need for like 3 months, and like I would have the patience to do all of my snacks and all of our breads and like everything. But I have three kiddos that their patience is the size of like a peanut. So can't do that. I have zero canned goods. I'm starting my fourth year of gardening the season slowly. Like you can find a way to do it small without pressuring. Just use it what you have, and then complement with what you have. Complement with grocery store.
Well, yeah, you could actually um, kind of do it. So, I mean, it'd be a little different, but for you, since you don't have a lot of pantry, you don't have a lot of stored food, you could say, okay, we're gonna do one thing of stored food per
For
day or
example,
per.
let's just say you have a 40-pound bag of flour. You decide for the entire month of January, if it's just you, a 50-pound bag, you could probably get away with doing all your doughs for the month of January. So pizza dough, flatbread, ciabattas, crepes. Just experiment like the whole month of January with that 40 or 50-pound bag of flour. And you would save up on bread, uh, doughs, and create new meals, if that could help. I remember you did that last year. I did not tag along because for me it was not even possible. Okay, so this week I decided, well, Fridays for me is always pizza night. Always, always, always. Unless like we're going out. So I took out one pizza sauce and we're doing pickled. This is banana, so pickled banana mustard. So we put that onto the pizza. So for the rest of the items, I make my own dough. But the cheese, the pepperoni, is something I buy every week. I don't have access to making my own pepperoni. If ever I do, it'd be awesome. For now, that it is what it is. So another meal is sloppy Joe. I can sloppy Joe. It's the second year I do that. Normally, I have taco meat that is canned. So I take one can like this of sloppy Joe and one can of taco meat. I no longer have taco meat. I have to do it. So I'll just throw out some either beef or pork and just create taco meat, mix it. And I normally serve salad and or like raw vegetables with it and the tortillas. I am actually looking for a tortilla press that's 10-inch that does not cost $70 Canadian. They used to be $19.99 for 8-inch and 29 or 39 the 10-inch. Now they're like close to $100. So I'm looking for one either
Go to,
used or
go to a used bookstore, buy an Encyclopedia Britannica, put one book, tortilla,
I
your
tried that.
stuff for the tortilla, and then another book and another book and another book. Then take your heaviest child and have them jump up and down on the top of the stacks of books, and you'll have all of it pressed right out.
Yeah, well, it's gonna take a while because on one meal, like we can eat like between 12 and 16 tortillas.
Well, then you'll need to buy the whole Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah, but like that tortilla press, you just that and it's finished. So until then, this is another meal. So sloppy Joe, and I find myself like every year, like, did I really need it? Yes, sloppy Joe is like becoming one of like my favorite meals. And then this is a new meal that I'm doing this year. I canned corn in August or July, I can't remember. And I saw someone canning broth with the what do you call it? You know, when you remove the corn cobs. So the person made corn cob broth. So I'm like, oh, I should do like a chowder with that. So I have corn broth, which is vegetable broth, and then I'm going to be adding some corn, some potatoes, and I'm going to thaw out some bacon instead of like clams and all that. So it's going to be like kind of like a chowder. So that's another meal. I have comments. Let me see. Oh, someone's there. Someone's new.
Butler family.
Hold on. Once I finish Project Trellis, I'll be able to grow more. I work in a pizza restaurant, so I won't be making any pizza dough. However, I'd like to try my hand at sourdough starter. Sourdough starter is really, really easy. Melissa K. Norris is how I started mine. She has a free guided, I don't know if it's ebook. I followed her recipe and it's just amazing. Or you could buy dehydrated sourdough on Etsy and then just learn how to rehydrate it if you don't want to go through the process of like starting. Hello, Butler's Family Farm. Welcome. I don't think I've seen your name here. Welcome. We do Sunday dinner, make it stretch Monday leftovers, try it Tuesday, try it at Nick Foods, Wednesdays, Fensday. Where did the comment go? Where'd you go? Comment disappeared. Okay, Tomato Tuesday, Flip It Friday, breakfast, dinner. That's awesome. I used to have like Taco Tuesdays or like Mexican night Tuesdays and pizza night on Fridays. And I don't have a lot of leftovers with my 3 kids, and one of them eats like more than me. So like tonight I made 1 pound of pasta, that 9 by 13 dish of mac and cheese. No, sorry. It's macaroni with meat sauce and a lot of cheese. By the way, Tracy, your mic is still on just in case. I have just enough for tomorrow's lunches for the kids, 1 lunch for me, or like 2 days of lunches for the kids. That's it. Corn, potatoes equals alcohol. I've done that corn broth. Awesome. I canned celery this year. I make it. It makes it so easy to put in the soup. Yeah, true. I didn't think of canning celery. I didn't grow that much this year, and I didn't preserve celery that much. Have been subbed to you for a long time. Really? I'm so sorry. I have like a fish brain tonight. I still have to make the sourdough with. You did not hydrate Hope? Oh my God. I sent Angie my dehydrated sourdough. That's called Hope. Okay, so another meal I'll be doing this week. This is a new recipe also. This is pot pie filling. So I do this a couple of ways. So I either use this and do a pot pie, like dump this, do a roux, thicken it, and then put it into a pot pie filling, bake it. Or sometimes I thick it and add it to rice or pasta, depending how I feel. But pot pie it is this week. And last meal, I dehydrated some leeks this year, and I'm gonna try to rehydrate it to do a leek and potato soup.
Put some chicken in it. We used to call it kakaliki soup.
Kakaliki soup.
Kakaliki soup. You put it's chicken leek soup. Pretty good.
Okay. I don't have chicken that's canned. If I remember, I'll do that. So that's my week. I know that these meal will have a couple of leftovers, and the leftovers usually are for my lunches, for the lunches of the kids. And Saturday and Sunday, like everyone's here, so I need like a lot of leftovers towards the end of the week, so that on Saturday and Sunday I have leftovers. And sometimes one of the meals I decide is like on the back burner, because if I have too much leftovers, I'm just gonna have like a leftover meal. And sometimes I don't feel like cooking. I don't know if you guys have that feeling,
Every
like
day.
when you come back like from like Friday, it's gonna be a heck of a day for me. I have to bring my daughter to the dentist. She has to have like an emergency procedure done to one of her teeth, and she's very stressed about it. So I'm gonna be stressed all day on Friday, and it's gonna be pizza night. So I don't know. I don't know. Pizza night might be Tuesday, and then I might have like just noodle soup on Friday. We don't know, but like I always give myself grace. I've planned out these meals. I know they're going to be delicious, but if like one night I really don't feel like it at all, I do not beat myself up. And the beautiful part of all of this is I'm going to thaw out a little bit of meat. So if that morning I really don't feel like doing that meal, I'm just not going to thaw out the meat, and I'm just going to do like a noodle soup with frozen vegetables. And I will not beat myself up, because if that meal did not work out, it's going to work out the next day. It's the beautiful thing of having canned good. Freezer, if I thaw it out, I kind of have to cook it. But freezer shake night. No, she'll be able to eat probably on Friday night, so it should be fine. I don't think she'll be able to eat the pizza because she has a big cavity to get removed, and it's pretty big, so she probably won't be able to do anything from one side of her mouth. So she's probably just going to eat fries.
And then they won't if they remove anything, they don't want her to use a straw either. So that would be hard to make
Yeah.
a steak without the
So
straw.
I don't know. I'm just going to deal with Friday morning, and they will be able to tell me after the procedure is done um, what she can't do. So she's 11 years old, so she should understand the rules. She should. should. So we'll see.
Are they going to use regular anesthetic or local?
Usually they use local.
Because there is nothing funnier than watching a kid come out from full anesthetic. It
No,
is
usually dentist it's local, unless like she moves too much. But no, she should be fine. Like I told her, the first one will hurt because they go three places usually around the mouth, like on each side of the depending where how big it is. It's three holes. The first one hurts, and I was like super honest with her. The first one will hurt. He's probably gonna wait that it somewhat works a little bit and then do the others to make sure that she doesn't feel it, because like they're kids.
Yeah.
The dentist knows that they're not adults. They can't really control their emotions and their fear, especially in those situations. So,
Well, hopefully he's got the foresight. I had one dentist that he sprayed Novocaine. He had the syringe, but he just sprayed it all around the area before he gave me the shot, and therefore I didn't feel the shot until it hit a certain depth, and but it eliminated a lot of that pain
well,
from the
he
shot.
seems to be so used to kids that I'm just gonna tell
Yeah.
him that she's scared, and I like he told her to bring every single teddy bear she had if it made her secure. So the fact that he told her that,
Yeah, he's
I know that she is in good hand, and I'm just gonna ask to be present in the room in case she needs me. Okay, let me just catch up on comments. I've done that. Hello, da, 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 da. I can't guess. What have been okay? Yes, I remember. So I grew so many celery, but I ate most of them, and I froze the big ones. They were pretty small. Thank you. The hope is I do it this year. You should. You should. I'm trying my hand on celery. I am not doing celery this year. Well, no, let me correct that. I am only growing celery as a companion. I have no intention of growing it to eat it. So, celery is a very fragrant plant, and I plant it next to my cabbage with dill. In the row that I planted celery and dill, I had less cabbage. What do you call it? Cabbage.
worms or
Yeah, I had less. So they're going to be companion, and I might freeze whatever's left at the end of the season for like broth. You should try something new every season for sure. So anyone wants to share? Like I know Karen said she was doing it. What their pantry challenge meals would will be. Obviously, with the soups, I will be doing bread. French baguette is like a must here when I do soup, and I do two baguettes, like the recipe's two baguettes. If I only do one recipe, like it's all gone. The next morning I have just enough to do like a little sandwich, and that's about it. Like I might have to start doubling that recipe. Uh,
cabbage.
okay, so this year, cabbage, family, crop. I was planning on reserving this comment for the day that I talk about my garden plan, but I am planting celery, dill, marigolds, and nasturtium.
Oh, so you're setting up a defense system for your cabbage.
Yes, because I'm not growing as much as I did. So normally I would grow like 24 cauliflower, 24 broccoli, about 40 cabbages, and blah, 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 blah. But this year I'm cutting that in almost in half. So I'm doing 10 broccolis, 10 cauliflowers, and I think 20 cabbages. And I think that includes my Asian. And I'm hoping to have enough energy to do a second wave of cauliflower my shorter season. So I have some that are 40 days, 50 days, and have like a more cabbages in the fall. My heading off for the night. Have a great night. Thanks for popping in. So, my daughter and I have discovered, I just kicked my foot on something. So, my daughter and I discovered that we like spring rolls. And I started doing that very often. And I put cabbage, carrots, avocados, shrimps, chicken, cucumbers, peppers, and I just roll that all together. Sometimes lettuce, and I either do a soy sauce dip or a peanut sauce dip. And like we really, really, really enjoy it. So cabbage, I'm hoping to grow a lot. I'm not sure if I freeze it and thaw it if it's going to be good, but I would have to try because unless we figure out a way of storing it downstairs in bins in a cooler area so that I can just go grab a cabbage and use it in the colder months. With potential plans on getting an Excalibur, I'll have the option now to dehydrate peas, corn, celery, carrots, radishes for the future soups. That's cool. I wanted to dehydrate carrots so bad, not this year, the year prior. And I was like so irritated. I had to blanch them, dry them, and dehydrate them. I did like I think a 5 pound bag of carrots. And when it was dehydrated, I had like I think half a mason jar or like one mason jar. So I was like so discouraged that okay, obviously when I rehydrate, it's not gonna be like it's gonna be as what's supposed to be. But I was like, that's it. That's the only thing I'm gonna get.
Whoa, you want to see uh reduction, shrinkage when you dehydrate stuff? Dehydrate water one day. It goes down to almost nothing until you rehydrate it.
Right. Funny, dude. Hey, did you like my joke I sent you about cats?
Yes, yes, and it reminded me of this one.
When I saw it, sorry, sidetrack. So yesterday I can't remember on which platform, and there was this cat that I was like talking. Well, obviously it's a reel, so it's a funny joke. And the cat says, "Mother, mother, I crave violence," and like it just. I just thought of your cats when you're on live and they just always attack you and they do like these weird things. I just had to share it with you guys. So if you haven't seen that little reel with a cat, I hope you do because if you own cats or you know someone that owns cats, it's really cute. Did he just hit you?
No, he's trying to turn around, but he's kind of slipping down my shirt.
So Remy, I'm sending you good vibes for tomorrow morning. I hope
Yes,
your coffee is strong, warm, that there's no snow to go to work, and you have an amazing first day.
yes. Remember, you rock, Remy.
I saw, I just couldn't believe it. So there, after the reel I sent you, there was another one I was watching with my kids about orange cats being the worst. Like they're the one that has the most attitude and like they're the most violent. Is that true? Could it be only a color?
I have no idea. Well, it would kind of be a hereditary thing, maybe. Um, all I know is this is handsome, and he what's remember the N word you kept saying on Remy's thing that we are not supposed to say?
Right, yes, the round thing.
Yeah. Uh, his claws, it's like three times the same exact spot on the same side. I didn't, I never knew you never think about that part of your body until a cat claw goes in at about a quarter of an inch.
Yeah. Imagine when you nurse your babies and you give the baby to the dad. And when they're newborns, they tell the dads to remove their shirts
Skin on
to
skin,
to
yeah.
have that cuddle moment, the warmth, the smell, so that the baby can get somewhat familiar with dad. Because 99% of the time, a newborn is either sleeping or with his mom.
Yeah.
So, and especially nursing babies, there's like this chemical and this, we smell something for them. And my husband, every single baby that I nursed latched.
Oh my goodness.
And he's like, oh my God, it hurts. I'm like, imagine I have that like for 45 minutes per.
From my daughter breastfed all of her kids, and but she said that by time the child is hungry, she is ready, because
Yes,
she says she gets sore, and
you feel it.
she was ready
So
to
the
feed.
baby starts whining, fussing, moving around, and our bodies kind of connect. And I could actually tell when a baby, like when they were very young, when about they would wake up. Like I would go, oh my God, they hurt. And like they would like, there was like a signal being sent to me, and like, God forbid, 10 minutes later, the baby would wake up and due for nursing. And I actually experienced something even crazier. My friend needed to go make a phone call, and I was with her baby, and I was nursing. She was nursing. So she left me with her, mine was sleeping. She left me with hers. She went on a phone call, and she said, if ever he wakes up, just like hold him, just rock him. Shouldn't like it shouldn't be that bad. Well, I knew when the baby was gonna wake up. Like I felt it. Like it started whining, and I was like, "Oh my God, stop, please!" So it's a chemical reaction between a baby and a mother, and
Mhm.
it's like it hurts.
Well, when a baby is in the womb, there are mothers are usually quite healthy during pregnancies because they're
Oh
getting T cells and blood. There's blood and fluid. There's stuff swapped between the baby and the mother. You are literally connected. Each one of your children, you literally have part of them in you.
yeah, and I think it's vice versa as well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, are we starting?
No, 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 no.
We're not
Don't
gonna
bring
go
up
there.
women. Don't bring up estrogen. Say nothing negative.
I saw a video on that lately. You know that the three colors of cat are 99% female,
Mhm.
while the orange cat are 80% male. So it made at least. Hello, I'm going to say Darren, but hello, Darren and Bridget. Hey there, Annie. Hope you and Tracy and everyone are doing amazing tonight. I hope the same too.
Yes.
Swapping fluids. Here we go again. Darren.
Remember, she's still on probation.
I'm still on probation on YouTube, so behave, please. My warning ends on the 21st. So until then, I have to be like super, super, super nice.
Then we'll get her again, though. No.
No, I do not want to have that. I was so scared when I got that email saying that my content was removed.
I still feel
Like I am, if you personally know me, like I follow every single rule by the book. I never go the wrong way. I never bend. Well, I will bend a little bit rules, but I always stay clean. Like
mm,
anyways, you understand what I mean.
yeah.
So when I received that email that my content was going to be removed, and if I do something stupid again, my entire channel and everything I worked for would be deleted. So I was like, oh my God.
And I still feel horrible about that because I think it was something that I said. We were talking about things, but I think it was the subject that I brought up
Yeah,
that
we talked about a sensible subject, but we were not mean about it. We
no.
anyways. So Karen, just before the holidays, I think in October or November, I had a live, and Tracy and I were talking just like this,
Mhm.
and we had we said something, and it is considered a sensible subject, but we did say true facts, but I got flagged. So when you get flagged, your content is immediately removed. In if it's your first warning, I had to follow a little course about ethics on YouTube, and I passed that course. And because I passed that course, they gave me a chance. But I am on warning until the end of the month. So I am
And
very careful.
hence the reason Patreon is going to be involved in the podcast, at least for the after show. Once we can usually sense when we're going to start breaching subjects that may lead us there, and we'll be able to say, okay, we're going to go to the
Yeah, other way, we're other
after
side.
party now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do bend rules. I don't break them usually. So like if it says this this is a good example. So if it says to sow tomatoes 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost, I might bend the rules and go like 10 weeks before the last frost.
Yeah. What's it going to hurt?
I will have to pay the consequences of that choice, but I'm not breaking any rules, so
Well,
it gives
that's
you a good idea.
because there's not a potato algorithm watching to make sure you don't plant before the time.
Can you imagine if there was a tomato police?
Oh, God. Careful. This is being broadcast down here in the United States. Don't give them any ideas.
Okay, so if you're just starting live, Karen, just don't talk about sensible subjects like politics, um, anything that is like warm, negative
Yeah.
subjects. And the worst part is what we were talking about was like,
It was silly and we were being responsible with it, but
yeah,
it's something that YouTube does not like
no,
because and they've made it clear that they don't like it.
yeah.
Uh,
So I am garden police. I'm a rebel. Hey, wait, the rebel homesteaders.
ooh, I'll write that down.
Sorry, I got sidetracked. I cut you off.
No, but yeah, it is hard because YouTube is an entity among that has its own opinions on things that some people differ with, and the algorithm has been trained to sniff stuff like that out.
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't even
doing
think I was flagged by a human. I think I was flagged by AI.
yeah. I had a video demonetized, and I got hold of them and I said, hey, listen, I'd like a review. They reviewed it and they said, yeah, you're back monetized again with that video because I did everything according to their. It was because I checked a certain box in the monetization thing, and so the algorithm saw that and automatically.
No, unless it was like a sensible subject. So
No, you're not a rebel, not at all.
no, I'm a rule follower.
How many hop plants do you have?
Hop?
Hop. Hops.
Hops isn't that to make beer?
Yeah.
I don't have any.
No,
The
Marilyn
leaf.
said she's not a rebel. You're a
Oh,
rebel.
corn. No, you planted corn.
Oh, New
Unacceptable.
Mexico.
Unacceptable. You're not a rebel.
I don't believe you.
So, I did post a video this week about a product that was sent to me, which is Let Pot Hydroponic Systems. And I sowed seeds. I think I'm on day 3 or 4, probably 3. I have basil that germinated, and I have lettuce that germinated, and cilantro and spinach is like taking its time. I think those two are a little bit longer to germinate, but I cannot wait to show. Something just fell upstairs to show you guys like the gradual steps of that. Like it says that I'm supposed to have lettuce leaves within 20 days. I'm like super excited. I cannot wait to have fresh grown stuff here. Like I order lettuce every week at my loofah farm, but it would be nice to, what did I miss?
Oh, just
What did I miss? Come on, come on. I remember your video last year. Blah, blah,
Darren.
blah, blah.
Darren just outed Marilyn.
To be fair, corn's a little okay. I was testing germ rate last year. The worst of us, the quiet type. Yeah, it's always the quiet ones. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm so sorry.
Oh, we didn't get to hear the chew.
No, I was going achoo.
Well, God bless you.
Thank you. At this point, maybe around 50 hops. Okay, the dogs are going crazy. Upstairs, someone's going crazy. Something's cooking outside. Okay. At this point, I have around 50 hop plants, but this is not being rebel.
Sure, it is.
Do you plan on doing beer, fermenting it and doing beer? Is that the plan? I'm just curious.
Well, I think it's quite invasive. Once you get it planted, it spreads quite easily. But
my friend had one in her front yard. She gave me seeds about 4 years ago. She said just drop it in the winter, and like in a couple of years you're gonna have like this hop tree. So I was like, what is a hop tree? I had no idea. So what, honey? I know you're making beer. I was just don't be too rough on me. I'm so sorry. My point is it the only reason why you're growing hops? Because 50 plant, like, I don't know how much will one plant provide. Obviously, they're probably seedlings, so they're probably not going to give you a lot.
it's enough to fog the windows.
It's the only reason. Okay. Okay, so they're medicinal as well. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Very good for you. Except I'll skip the I'll make hops tincture. I'll just soak the hops in vodka, and that'll make a tincture, and that way I don't have to worry about fermenting them and all
Okay, so
that.
tincture. What's the process again with tincture?
You take the plant, you shred it up or break it up, put it in a mason jar or whatever, cover it with 80 proof vodka or rum, alcohol, 80 proof or higher, and leave it for several weeks, sometimes a couple months. And what it does is it leaches out the medicinal properties of the plant. Then you strain out the plant material, and the liquid it has all the medicinal properties that plant had.
Okay. Question: vanilla. We
Vanilla
take
extract,
we do vanilla extract, but it's not with 80 proof.
it just won't last as long. You can do it with like vegetable glycerin. You can do it with under 80 proof. Some people do it with oils, but then it's not a tincture. It is. Is it a concoction? No, a concoction is boiled. Um,
Wouldn't have been an essence
maybe, but it's
extract.
extract. That's it, and
Good
it
night,
just won't
Darren.
it won't last as long. The if you use 80 proof alcohol or higher, it will keep forever.
I don't even think I can get 80 proof alcohol.
Well, place an order. I'll be coming through duty free this spring.
Darren. I think you're like a little bit more well placed than I am because you make your own alcohol. Can we in Quebec find in the SAQ 80 proof without costing an arm and a leg and a liver? If you're still here. I gotta stop drinking it before we tincture.
Yeah,
um,
you said you
sorry.
were doing good.
This is okay. This is your words, but this is definitely sticker material or T-shirt material.
Yeah.
I gotta stop drinking it before ting. You know, just think about it.
Yeah.
But
But then once you tincture it, you probably shouldn't drink it because you can like like with echinacea, uh my echinacea tincture, it's awesome. It's antibiotic.
it's like a couple of drops.
Yeah, it's a couple of drops or at most a tablespoon or two a day. But if you actually drank it, the medicinal properties of the particular plant, you could actually overdose on some stuff. I
Oh,
believe.
okay. Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
For 80%, go to the SAQ and ask for it. They keep it behind the counter. Okay. 80 proof standard is 40% by Canadian Worsting. Okay. We just calculated with our this year production, we could do around 700 liters of beer. Holy, wait, 700 liters of beer. That's after fermenting and like after everything, you would have 700 bottles of beer.
Hey Google, how many gallons is 700 liters?
Divided by 4, about 3 point something.
Almost 200 gallons.
45% is 90 proof. Okay, so we have like different.
Yeah, yeah, you double the percent and that's the
So
proof.
usually the rum that I would get, the Absol Vodka, or what's it called? What's the other rum I get? It's from Barbados. Anyways, it's 26%. So I would have to go look for something different.
My goodness, sweetie, 200 gallons of beer.
But
Sweetie,
wait,
AA is
the
not
thing
just
is,
a letter on a military patch.
well, hop is the spice of beer, not the base ingredient. Grain is. It's true.
Oh.
Okay. Well, if you need testers, I can bring you empty bottles of beer, the Grosch beer bottle, in exchange.
Flippies.
Huh?
We used to call them flippies. They got the metal things, and you
Yeah.
can. Yeah,
I
flippies.
actually ask people that purchase Grosch bottles if they can just, well, obviously we have to leave a deposit on those bottles, but I just collect them. I used to put my olive oil in there, my vinegars, and over the years I accumulated, I think, like 13 or 14 bottles. They're fun because you can replace the gasket, the tops,
Mm-hmm.
all the metal parts. Unless the bottle is cracked, you can reuse it over and over again.
Yeah, we can buy the bottles with the tops like the Grolsch at the dollar store. Well, Dollar General. It's not a dollar. Our dollar stores are $1.25 stores now.
Oh, us, it's $4. Sorry,
Wow.
I have to say it. 225 to $4.
Wow.
Plus, we get 14% taxed.
Um, I was watching a podcast the other day, and a very big YouTuber, TikToker, YouTuber, it's big enough, it's a business, is moving from Canada to Texas.
Holy crap.
She has a 50%, 45 to 50% tax on her business's worth in order to move it out of Canada. In order to leave Canada, they're taxing her to take her own business out. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on that, but it
We're
is.
gonna we're gonna go dot 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 beep beep. That sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, so much cheaper to do it yourself. It costs me $40. Okay, so you're equipped and you have space for this. I'm not, and
And
I
no little
definitely don't
kids
even have.
running around.
I have kids running around, and this year I have a problem. I don't think I'll have space for my grow room.
Your grow room.
My
I,
seedlings,
yeah.
my
Oh,
seedlings, my
oh,
grow room.
why? You're
Because my husband didn't complete one of the project that was required.
well, you just have to cut him off till he does.
Because downstairs he was supposed to make 2 shelves for my mason jars so that the mason jars that are upstairs go downstairs. And we did it. We did part of it, but we were supposed to buy isolation. Okay, so we have a crawl space downstairs, and the walls, you can't just buy any type of insulation. It needs to be panels.
Mm.
So, and those are a little bit more expensive. And I needed about four panels on those walls, and then we ended up not doing it. So now those shelves are used for empty jars, but I still have a 4 feet wide Costco shelving full of jars, and that shelving is for my lights.
Mm.
And the one next to it, I have a second one next to it, is full of like, we're renovating, we're just have no idea where to put everything, and it, now all of it is full. So
Are they the jars have food in them, or are they just
yeah.
oh, well, that's easy. You know what you're going to eat for the next month. Just start using that stuff.
I would. It's just like it's like 100 jars of, well, no, maybe not 100, maybe 75 jars of green beans.
That's a lot of beans to eat, but
That's a lot of beans to eat. So
your kids will be strong.
every week I do a cold salad. So I have green beans, corn, beets, and then I add either radishes that I receive from my bin, lettuce, cucumbers, raw vegetables, noodles, and I just mix everything together. I make a dressing, and I eat that. I eat it once or twice a week, but that's like only 1 or 2 jars a week.
Mm.
So I don't think I'll be growing green beans next year. I don't have space for a tent. I would love to, but I don't. Because sorry, let me wrap that up. I would have space for a tent only downstairs. And downstairs, the average temperature is maintained between 12 and 15 degrees Celsius. So if I put a tent downstairs, it would only be cold hardy crops. And since like lettuce, greens, cabbage family, I'm going down drastically in quantities. I could probably, if I do it right, I could probably do winter sowing for all my greens. Like I have 50 plug trays. I could probably put a shelf in the greenhouse and tie my domes to my 10 by 20 tray and just leave them in the greenhouse and just let them do their thing
Yeah.
and not have to worry, and maybe like somewhat resolve some of my issues with the space that I have. I brought down 50% of my peppers, well, 40%, and about 40 to 50% of my tomatoes. But I still need space. We don't bottle anymore. We use a keg. Look at you. Nice.
First step is admitting you have a problem.
Yeah, tax are insane. And here, we get taxed on tax. So they add up our amount and then they tax it, and then we get a second tax. So it's fun. Okay, guys,
Darren, I don't
I
know if
want
Lenny's
some
still in
quality
here.
time here, unlike Remy. Chat with you later. I probably will be sleeping. Or unless you were talking to Tracy. Now, who was that message addressed to? Are you wanting to do one-on-one in your not in your sauna, your what do you call it?
Hot tub?
Hot tub. So, do you want a one-on-one moment with Tracy in your
I'm thinking that was for you. That just makes more sense.
Sorry, I just had to.
I'm sorry, but I don't think Darren would like stubble burn.
You don't drink beer. Okay, so wait, let me just
So why
backtrack.
are you making set 20 or 200 gallons of beer if you don't drink beer, sweetie?
So I'm planning on making beer soaps. So if I can
Oh,
trade beer with you, it would be nice. So I found this recipe that I can make my homemade soaps with beer, and
ooh,
it was beer and roses. No, beer and something else
nachos.
in a soap.
Oh,
A soap recipe.
well, how
Beer
am I
and
going to know? I don't shower.
you don't?
No,
Hot tub chat. I don't have a hot tub. Sorry, can't do chat in the hot tub.
and all I have
I
is a shower. So
Are you lucky enough to have a shower inside your home?
yes, it is inside my home.
I think about those off-gridders that have northern climates like we do, or Alaska, and they have outdoor showers
Mhm.
in bathrooms, outhouse. That's how you call it. Okay, so
Yep.
during the summer, spring, I can somewhat understand the romantic part of it,
Mm-hmm.
ish.
Yeah.
But then when the bugs come out,
Ooh.
and they come out with a revenge.
I don't know. We had an outhouse that had for the privy side of things, but then I bought a cattle trough that was like a foot and a half deep, and we would shower in that. And then I had a little battery operated pump that we would pump the gray water out of the trough after we both showered, out of the trough and out the window. So we had inside showers right from the beginning. Yeah, Wendy was not going to be around me after I worked all day in the garden and not showered. That was no.
I don't know if in Alaska they have, no, they do. They probably have worse mosquitoes than we do.
Oh yeah,
They probably would have worse. So
black flies.
I'm thinking like perfect temperatures to take a bath or shower outside is like late spring, early spring, not summer. Definitely not summer. Like you probably like okay out.
Right, you got a little straw under the water.
I can only think like the black flies. Like there's one channel I watch and they're filming and like sometimes they put bloopers at the end of and you can see okay the guy says okay I have to move so like we're gonna walk because if I walk they won't be in the face but then like he stays like this and then like you can see all the little mosquitoes and I'm like I just want to I just
Yeah,
want to
be healed.
be gone you you monsters.
You know, cool fact: the Indians with the feather that sticks up.
Yes.
That is one of the reasons they had that feather that stuck up is because if you ever notice, that's where the flies always go around your head, the highest part. Part of it is because of carbon dioxide coming out of your mouth, but they'll swarm that feather instead of your face.
Out of curiosity, that feather, since it's connected to the head because it's in their thing around their head,
Mhm.
doesn't it retain heat?
It might. I'm not sure.
Oh, now we're getting scientific.
I'm not sure.
Because if our warmest part, so the bugs are here, around the mouth, around the nostrils, uh, around here, back of the ears, under the armpits. Um, the bad ones, like mosquitoes
Right.
will just sting you anywhere. But I mean, like black flies and all
Right.
that. It's warm areas of
Yeah.
the body. Like I remember when I used to go camping, it was always around the eyes, under the eyes,
Yeah.
in the head.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Well, the head is probably warm.
Well, it's warm, and part of it is like mosquitoes. I believe they're attracted to carbon dioxide. That's those little kits that you get that you can, they're battery operated. You put the little wafer in them and then turn it on. What that does, that heats up a pack that releases like a CO2 type stuff, and you put it away from you, and it attracts them away from you. But when you breathe out, when you exhale, all that carbon dioxide and stuff. Bye,
Hi,
Jane.
Jane. I hope I did not miss your message that you said hi, but hi and bye.
But it goes
Everyone's
out about.
leaving.
Oh
So,
no.
well, it is 9.
Yes.
So, and it is Sunday night. So I completely understand everyone that's working tomorrow. Have a nice week. I do have to wake up at 5 something tomorrow morning.
Oh, I'm sorry, Annie.
No, it's okay. I try not to think too much of it. Because Cedric now is in the bus at 6:30 in the morning. Yeah, it used to be 6:50, which I found early, but I was able like to wait. Like I would wake up at 5:55 ish around there, and then get dressed, somewhat open my eyes, and then go wake up the boys because Cedric would be 6:50 and Philip was 7:10. So I would put him in the bus and then walk to Philip's bus because it's not even the same bus stop. So one's in front of my house, the other is at the end of the street. And then we had this huge thing going on, and there's a lot of traffic where we are at. And they told us, okay, we're going to do 6:40. I'm like, okay, fine, 6:40 is early. And then he's like, oh, wait, during the winter, it's going to be 6:30. And then he told me they're only at school around 8:15. So every morning he's about 1.5 hours to 2.5 hours in that car. He's 7 years old.
Yeah. When I lived in Florida, I was in high school. I was 16, 17 years old. And we lived at a place called Shady Oaks, and I had to go to Lake Wales, which is on the Lake Kissimmee in Florida, and I would have to ride the bus. It was in the morning. It was a 2 hour or an hour ride to school, and in the evening it was a 2 hour ride home. And
That's long.
so sometimes we would be getting on the bus before it got light and getting off the bus after dark.
I'm happy that he leaves school at 3:05 and he's home at 4:05.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad. But when he gets home, he is so irritated. I can't blame
Oh
him.
yeah. No, sitting still. Little boys aren't meant, I mean, little girls aren't really either meant to sit still for 12 hours in a day
Yeah.
or whatever.
And there's so many rules inside the buses now. Like they can't talk too loud, they can't take out anything out of their bags.
Yeah.
Sorry. So sorry.
No.
They can't like so boys usually need something to get entertained.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to negotiate for Philip to have something in his hands. So there's like this pop it thing that you pop
Yeah.
it,
Fidgets.
and then
Yeah.
yeah, fidgets and stuff like that. And now there's like that Rubik cube.
Mm-hmm.
So the school lent him a Rubik cube and gave him some poppets, and like there's a couple of things he can have, but I had to negotiate that with them. I'm like, you can't expect a diagnosed
Yeah.
ADHD boy that's going to be 10 years old to sit, not move for an hour.
Yeah. There is a there is a chemical that is released in the brain to make children learn, to make people learn. And when you, how does it work? When you sit a little boy down and he is being still, that chemical does not release properly. When
Oh,
you
that's
sit a
why they're
little,
putting like strings and stuff in
yeah,
front. Yeah.
that's why they don't sit still very well. Little girls, on the other hand, when they are sitting more still, that chemical is more released more than if they're up moving around. So it's kids aren't meant to be sitting still and quiet. They're meant to be stomping in the creeks and running around in the
Mhm.
woods and
I think they
learning.
would learn more in today's society well, it would be a lot of logistics and insurance wise. It probably would be not even possible. But um, some of us, like I have three schools. So Emilia, in her school, the teacher is a little bit, she's my age, but she's a little bit old school. So she has sewing machines in her class. She has a piano, and there's something else. There's a sewing machine, there's a piano, and there's another activity that she has. And she says, if you've done your work, because obviously they have to do their work properly, if you're
Mhm.
done and you want to learn how to sew, I will teach you. If you want to learn how to play the piano, I will also teach you. And if you win the privilege, I'll have like a one-on-one session, either sewing. If you want to stay in at the last, there's like a recess at the end of the
Yeah.
day. If you want to stay if you like, you've done all your work, you've behaved, and I will teach you how to sew, piano. And there's another activity also, I can't
Nice.
remember. So I'm like, wow, that's really nice. But my
Yeah.
daughter's super, super, super slow. So she's like super aggravated because she has a hard time organizing herself.
Hmm.
She's like, "Oh my god, it's complicated. How am I going to do that?" Blah, blah, blah. And by the time she realizes that she just needs to cut into pieces what she has to do, it's like
Yeah.
already half time is passed, and like she's like rushing, 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 and like so I need to teach her how to get organized when she's overwhelmed. But I still find it super interesting that she teaches these things. My
Yeah.
son Cedric, all his schooling is like adapted to language. So they bring in animals, zootherapy. So there's someone that comes with a dog, with cats, rats,
He, he
snakes.
he's the one that's ADHD.
No, that's Philip.
No,
So
that's Philip.
Cedric is language.
Lang, because that is that type of stimuli is what I think I'm talking about, that releases that
Yeah.
learning chemical in the brain.
I find that the two schools, my two boys are in specialty schools
Mhm.
from the government, so it's not private. So my daughter is in the regular system. I find that the teacher she fell on is doing more of traditional. Okay, she has to follow the program, but she's going through more traditional learning skills. My boys, since they're adapted, they kind of do certain things differently. But you know what I would love is that they would treat boys differently a little bit, and that they treat the girls a little differently. And then if there's girls that are more tomboyish, like that would prefer to go on the other side, to respect that.
Yeah.
And then if there's boys that can sit down, adapt with the girl group, and to make them experience success.
Yeah.
So my son had to fail 2 years for him to have an adaptive class, and he needs to burn energy,
Yeah.
and not just physically, mentally.
Hmm.
So if you give him something that he's really passionate about to build, and someone's next to him and reading the instructions to him, not me, because me, he won't have the patience for it. But if an outside source where he still has filters,
Yeah.
he's gonna read it with the person, either the man or the woman, and follow the steps and build something. And he won't even notice that he's doing French, he's doing English, He's doing math. He's doing like what do you call that in English? So when you have a problem and you need a solution, so solution finding. So
Hmm.
finding tactics. Okay, so this is my problem. This is the variables I have. What can I do? And then the teacher obviously would guide these boys or girls, and ask them, okay, what would you do? What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? Okay, and then so they're learning how to talk, learning how to express themselves, feeling self when they express themselves, and be validated. It
Yeah.
would be so fun to see my son thrive in that. I'm sure that he would learn even more. He
Some,
does have help, but I feel like he's missing something. Like there's like
somewhere,
that spark missing.
yeah, somewhere along the line, we went from teaching the children in concert with their personality, because everybody learns slightly different. We, instead of adjusting the teaching methods to the way the children learn, we started indoctrinating the children into our teaching methods,
Yeah.
so that it's a one size fits all. And unfortunately, some kids excel in that way and some kids fall behind. And then the kids that can't sit still for instruction,
They're the little black sheeps.
yeah, and and and
Yeah.
and we say, oh, well, you have this or that or the other thing, which are very real diagnoses. But ADHD is one of the ones that is very overdiagnosed.
Oh, the
That,
boys all are.
yeah,
They some of them don't even go to the diagnostics and they just, oh, you're that.
yeah, and it's
Poor
sad.
them because the medication that they take, um, they are side effects.
Yes.
I actually made, I know that like there's a lot of controversial stuff. I stopped the medication for my son,
Hmm.
because so when you take medication, you're supposed to be better. It's
Hmm.
supposed to help you to be better.
Hmm.
We had the other way around.
Yeah.
So Philip was becoming a total other person that was not to his benefit.
Right.
And then, like, I sat down with so many moms. I talked to my pharmacist, and the pharmacist says, look, you do what you want, but
Yeah.
here's my personal opinion, not my professional opinion.
Right.
Pills don't necessarily fit in with everyone.
Right.
So the side effects are real. So, and the side effects in all of those pills, it's almost all the same. So like there's a list of like so many side effects, and all of the different types of pills for ADHD all have the same similar effects. And poor Philip was like experiencing them all, or most like the primary ones. And I'm like, poor little thing, like you're going through so much
Yeah.
already.
I,
Like I
I'm I'm just going to say neither one of us are doctors, and Annie is just sharing her
Yes, yes, yes. My
experience.
opinion. Yes, well, I keep saying it, but as a
I don't think
parent,
I could take you getting dinged again with me on.
yeah. So as a parent, I had to make that very difficult decision to, well, sorry, me and my husband,
Yeah.
after listening to the doctor, to the pharmacist, to different parents, to the teachers, we decided to the best of our knowledge to stop the medication.
Yeah.
And okay, so his attention span is the same.
Mhm.
So instead of being 15 minutes, it's still 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So the medication was supposed to up that, and it didn't.
Yeah.
It was only making him like becoming like more paranoid
Yeah.
and anxious. And he's an anxious boy by default. So I wanted Philip to thrive, and we made that very difficult decision. And I know that some people do not agree with our choice. Um, but like the pharmacist said, the decision comes back to you. If it was a
Yes.
heart defect, obviously he would say, I highly like,
Right.
no, this is like, no, you can't stop it. Or if you decide to stop it, you have to go see a professional, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But like, he's like, to the best of our knowledge, and we've made this decision. that way. I think that covers my bum.
Yeah, yeah, because you took all the information you had,
Yeah,
and you made a decision, and anyone going through similar experiences will have to take and gather that information
yeah.
and make their own
It
decision.
has to be when you're a mom and you're going, or dad, or a legal guardian of a child that's like diagnosed in something similar. You have to make your own research,
Yeah.
and they actually the teachers and the the doctors tell us to do some research because like
Yes.
the information is out there. But I did find out ways to help him. So
Yeah.
Cedric is actually following the same diet plan, well, if I can call it diet. Then hello, love the land every day. So
Hey.
Philip and Cedric are following a high protein diet,
Yeah.
but children are supposed to have, especially boys, a high protein diet. So it's not like dieting. It's just I try to have like different types of food for him and
But
snacks.
we know there are certain ingredients
Yeah.
that
So
will
that's
have
that's a
certain
step.
repercussions on the children, and if we can avoid those, you know.
That's what we did. So I went to the grocery store, and sadly, there's not many snacks that my kids can eat. So there's only one or two brands of yogurt they can eat. There's only one or two brands of cheese they can eat. Uh, Granola bars, they can't eat any, but they have
I
granola bars until I can figure out how to make my own that they enjoy.
I picked up a pack of American cheese the other day, and I
American cheese.
looked at it. Uh, you don't have American cheese?
We probably do, but I don't buy it.
It's just a sliced cheese. You can get it yellow or white. I like it on my bologna sandwiches. But I looked at it and it said cheese like product. I'm like, it's not even cheese. It's a cheese like product.
Yeah.
So
So
I found
I
one that
like I
said
just
real
went.
cheese.
That's disgusting. I just went with process of elimination. So everything that had colorant, so food
Yeah.
dyes.
Yeah.
So everything that has art. I'm going to say it. Fake food dye. I can't
Yeah.
say the other word. So yellow, green, orange, red. So there's like codes for those, and there's actually different names, and there's different oils that I choose not to. If there's something pre-made, pre-packaged, there's certain types of oils that I try to stay as much as possible away. And if it says sugar, I try not to buy it. I try to buy something that says cane sugar because at least I know it's the actual true thing, or
Right.
honey or maple syrup, but without losing my mental health. So
Yeah.
at one point, now I have a new chest freezer. At one point, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to do like lemon bread, lemon muffins, cookies, cookie dough, and all of that, and just like freeze it because now I have the space for it.
Yeah. Is milk really expensive where you guys
Yes,
are?
almost
Okay.
$8 for 4 liters.
Oh wow. Because we were doing it for the chickens, but then I started doing it for me. We would take and we'd buy a gallon of milk and actually make yogurt. Um,
Yes, I used to make my own yogurt, but the kids don't enjoy it.
oh,
I don't know why. I think I tried the minimum for fermentation,
mm-hmm.
and I tried the maximum, and I tried the middle. The maximum, I couldn't even eat it. The chicken ate it all. The minimum, so I did. What did I do? I mixed in sugar with my vanilla extract, which my vanilla extract is watery. I mixed in the cane sugar with that, and then I mixed it all and I put it in the fridge. And one of them I left it like that. The other one I added jam
Mm-hmm.
instead of frozen fruits because then he was going to add liquid to it. The kids didn't enjoy it.
Hmm.
I don't know why. So I used to do my yogurt in the instant pot. It was like super easy. Like
Yeah.
I didn't have to do anything. But they like the brand Astro Balkian yogurt. Balkian. BAL. Anyways, it's like a Canadian brand. That's the one they enjoy. And I could buy the natural one and put flavors into it,
Yeah.
but there's so much I can do in one day.
Yeah.
So I tend to buy the vanilla one, which has used to, now I don't know if it's still the case because now they kind of change up some of the ingredients. There's one other brand I used to buy. It used to be real vanilla.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, it's always on special. I'm going to buy it. And then they switched it to vanilla extract.
Yeah.
So I was like, vanilla extract, we don't know which type it is. So I stopped buying it. And
Yeah.
then the
Because
Balkan,
there's vanilla extract and then there's imitation vanilla extract.
yeah, so you don't know which one it is. So I stopped buying that brand. And the brand I'm buying now, I stopped looking at the ingredients, but they can decide to change ingredients whenever they want
Yeah.
because it's theirs. So I would have to pay attention. But like, I go into the cookie section. Okay. I'm so discouraged. Every time I go in the cookie and the cereal section, I take about 20 boxes and I look at everything. And there's always at least 3 ingredients that they can eat. If there's one, and I want to give them like a treat, I only
Right.
buy one box and I have a treat. But like, I am reminded on a weekly basis that every prepackaged food contains either corn, my husband can't eat, or one of the ingredients that are not considered good for my 2 boys.
Yeah.
So every week I'm like, oh, I should learn how to do crackers. Oh, I should do my own cereal. Oh, I should do. So at one point, if I could split myself in two, I would do it
Yeah.
all, but I can't.
That
So
would
I
be a
try to find lesser evils.
how many full-time jobs can you handle? Because cooking.
Well, right now I'm a mom. No, wait, I'm a wife. I'm a mom. I'm a student because I didn't finish. There's 2 diplomas I still need to finish before March, and I'm a homesteader, house cleaner, cook, teacher. I don't know if teacher goes with homework. I guess so. I have to do homework. Animal caretaker. I have 2 dogs. All of my animals. What else?
YouTuber.
YouTuber, content creator. Uh, the list goes on. So
Yeah, something tells me you starting a bakery just might, or a
no,
snackery, or whatever you
no.
want to call it,
I used
might.
to do all over snacks. I used to. So some of the snacks I do is peach and syrup,
Mm-hmm.
apple applesauce.
Yeah.
So I have like 1 liter jars, and I have these little containers, and I just put them in there. Or when the organic is on special, I buy the 125 milliliters and I freeze it. So I
Yeah.
put it in the freezer, and I take the one that has no sugar. It's organic, so it's lesser evil. What other snacks that I buy? So clementine and apple, they're always on special or in season. I always buy that. Cucumbers, they're very watery. So one of my children don't drink that much water, so at least they'll have water intake that way. Watermelon when it is in season. Grapes, same thing. Dehydrated fruits, I found bulk organic mango,
Mm-hmm.
apricots, dates at Costco. So I go there often and I stock up on that. So there are some options that are available for me, but where it actually is complicated, I can't give everything to each of my child. So
Right.
mango, only 2 eats. Apricot, only 1 eats. Peaches and syrup, 3 eats. And then crackers, I found some rice crackers that are somewhat inexpensive and the ingredients are like not so bad. Only 2 eats them. One doesn't like it. So, like, I found all of these alternatives, but I kind of created some other problems. So, like, I used to do lunches in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I no longer do that. So, in my fridge right now, every single thing is already pre-made in their lunchbox in my second fridge. So tomorrow morning, all I have to do is reheat the mac and cheese that I made tonight and put it in their thermos, put it in. So it takes me like literally 5 minutes instead of like, okay, so you it's that, you is that, you is that.
Oh man.
The joys of being a mom.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Well,
I really couldn't.
I would love my husband to be present in the morning. It would be so
Right.
much easier.
You 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 want to help him get his lunch too? You don't have
Oh
enough
no,
to
he
do in the
doesn't eat. He
mornings?
doesn't eat.
Man's got to eat.
He doesn't eat. So I used to do his lunches, and sometimes he would eat it, but he prefers going to Tim Hortons in the morning,
Whoa.
grab some toasts, 5 times the price, with a coffee that's 2 times the price, or maybe three now. And then in the afternoon, he doesn't eat. And then when he gets home, he eats like 5, 6 toasts,
Mm.
which is perfect, right? It's the perfect diet for
It's
his age.
a lot of carbs.
A lot of carbs, yeah. So thankfully, he works very physique. So he drives a lot. I would say 50% of his job is driving, and the other 50% is a lot like physical
Yeah.
work. So if he was like Remy, sitting down all day long, I don't think he would have that little bump. He would have a big bump.
Like mine.
I don't compare because I don't want to put myself in a pickle. So
Yeah.
I would say he would have a bigger bump. I don't want to put myself in that position of like making anyone uncomfortable.
And that's yet another reason women live longer than men.
Why? Because we don't put ourselves in a pickle?
Well, yeah, I've already got what Angie said she owes me a slap. I think Martin Lynn said she owes me a slap. All over one little, the same conversation about estrogen being evil.
So, well, I think men and women are totally different.
Mm-hmm.
We
Thank
have
God.
our ups and we have our downs. We have our good days and we have our bad days. Our cycle evolves around 28 days ish. And we birth children and we suffer every month. And not everyone understands that concept. We are, so you men have stress that is totally different that we probably will never be able to understand. So men, older generations of men are raised to be the provider
Mm-hmm.
and the like caretaker somewhat
Yeah.
around those lines. And the woman is made to raise the children, take care of the house, cook, clean, blah, 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 blah. And somewhere around the line, we're supposed to today find like a 50-50%. That's not 50-50%. In both of the parents' work. Woman has the logistics of the entire household on her shoulders 24/7, regardless if she's sick or
Yeah.
healthy. The man has the pressure of providing for his family, regardless if he feels like crap or feels good. And then at the end of the day, they're supposed to sit at the same table and smile like everything is going
Yeah.
fantastic.
I'm so happy with you. I just asked you to do one thing.
Yeah, and you just
And then
bit my
the other ones there saying, "I'm so happy with you. You have no idea what was on my plate today."
yeah.
You
Do
know,
you watch Yellow Knife with Kevin
Yellowknife.
Costner? It's a
Oh,
show on TV. It's on
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. What do they call it? Yellowstone. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So there is a line from Rip.
Oh,
The
I love Rip. He is
Oh, Rip
awesome.
is awesome. He's like, what's her name? Beth. Don't bite my head off. He's supposed to say something to his future wife, and she's like, I don't like where that's going.
Yeah. Well,
Those two are incredible, but like I don't understand why one side puts down the other and vice versa, the other side,
yeah.
because we all have our good and all have our bads, and we're not meant to have our goods at the same time.
Right.
So if I
We.
had a good day and you had a bad day, and I'm like, it doesn't work. So
Yeah. I learned early on that in an argument, disagreement, or just differing opinions, if I won, I could lose. If she won, I won. If there was any way I could give her her way on something, I would. Because if I won the disagreement or the differing of opinion, she lost. Her being my wife, my other half, if she lost, I lost. And if she lost and got upset about it, I really lost. But if I could either give in to her opinion or her argument or make her think that she walked away victorious in the discussion or argument or whatever you want to call it, I won because she was happy. And when she was happy, like you said, the it used to be the woman was in charge of the home, and still is in many cases. The woman is in charge of the home. And when she is in a good place, mentally, physically, spiritually, the whole atmosphere of the home is in a good place.
yeah.
Now I can there's a whole big thing like in the Bible where it talks about wives submit to your husbands.
Mm.
You really got to read the rest of that. It's husbands love your wife as Christ loved the church.
Yeah, but we rarely hear that other part.
Right.
We love to
Throw that submit at you.
yeah, that we
Um,
love to throw that axe on that phrase.
but the thing is I can count the number of times on that I actually had to say, "No, honey, we can't do it that way." When she was really wanting to do something a certain way, I can literally count them in 26 years on one hand. The rest of the time, sometimes I convinced her and changed her mind. Sometimes I let her have her way. As far as the home went, decorating, go for it. We moved off grid because I wanted to be out of the public eye. We got up here and literally we had just moved into the cabin here, and she had a big paper bag. It was before paper bags were evil, and full of solar and battery operated outdoor lights. And I said, honey, I'm trying to be less noticed. You're trying to make it so we can be seen from space. The rest of that day did not go well for me.
Well,
And we ended up with the lights out there.
I find that sometimes you have to learn to disagree
Yeah,
and live with it.
absolutely.
Um, since Fred is in charge of building, I
Mhm.
rarely win. Rarely. Or he goes, yeah, but. So I don't necessarily get what I want. But I know that he works a lot. So I try not to go
Yeah,
too hard
no.
on him. Am I going to lose my light? Okay, no. Um, but I find that I can't remember who said this quote. I found her, I think, on Instagram. She had this tradition with her husband that I find very fascinating. So as soon as they would arrive about at the same time at home, and they had this tradition to say, okay, so today I'm 25, like I'm 25%, like I'm so low, I can't take in anything huge. So like the husband says, okay, well I'm 50, so I'm not like tops, but like since I'm higher than you, I'm going to take up this chore. And she was
Mhm.
giving this example. And she says, on another day, I'm 80%, I'm on top of it. And like her husband would say, today was not a good day
Yeah.
for me. Like I'm out of commission. I can't do anything. So honesty.
Yep.
And actually, what I love about this that people don't catch on is that they're creating a safe place.
Yeah.
a sacred, safe place between them. Communication, honesty, communication, safe place is like the basic foundation of like a very strong couple.
Yep.
And the fact that she's the one that said to me she does not believe that it's 50-50. So
It's got to be a
on
100.
sometimes it's 199,
Yeah.
sometimes it's 1090, sometimes it's 51 to 49, but there's no concept of 50-50. So she's like, you I felt that the days that I was on top of things. I would compliment my husband because he was having a bad day. I was acknowledging that he was having a bad day
Yeah.
and making him take the time to get back to that whatever level is
Right.
okay for that day. And then her taking care of those things when the husband is probably feeling better, then he can fill in somewhere else, taking care of the kids, taking care of this, taking care of that, laundry. So that's where you see when the doors are closed that it is 50-50. But
Yeah.
when the doors are open, it's not.
Well,
And I kind of liked her
yeah.
her logic behind it. So I
It,
have a very hard time having a conversation openly between friends, fine, face to face, but
mhm.
openly, like men are this, women are that, da, 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 like it's like such a sensible, like I can joke about it. I will
Yeah.
joke about it, but like I always like make sure that I don't walk on eggshells ever because I do
Right.
not want to be placed in that position that I break an eggshell and get.
Yeah. It's I don't know.
It's a
There's
delicate subject.
yeah, and it's a teamwork, and
Yes.
the two become one. You're both working for the same goals, but in order to work for the same goals, you have to clearly communicate those same goals, the goals to each other, and you have to value the other person in the relationship uh, equal with yourself, if not higher, and be able to recognize when they're not at 50%, or 80%.
Well, that's what I
And
find amazing. They
yeah,
find the courage to say, "Okay, today is it's not a good day." It
yeah,
takes courage. Women are more open to that type of expression because, well, it's easier for us.
well, yeah,
For most
feelings
of us,
feelings
it's
are hard
easier
for
to
men.
say today's not a good day. For men, usually it's harder. It's harder for them to say, well, no, they probably will say today's not a good day, but they will not go into details.
Right. We've sharing feelings has never been a male strong suit. However, because we're the type of I'll kill or die for you, but then what a woman wants, she doesn't want. Wendy never wanted me to kill or die for her. She never needed me to kill or die for her. She needed me to love her and find out what her, I hate using it, it's almost new ageist type language, but I had to figure out what her love language was, and I needed to love her according to that love language. She showed me her love in servitude. That was Wendy's thing. She would serve me. She would make dinner and do things for me. My love language was okay. My love language was mostly physical, but she learned that, and she knew that I had to be able to express my love language, and that when I was being physical, like whether it was just holding hands while we were watching TV,
Well,
she'd
it is
recognize.
language.
Yeah.
It is,
And
even though if you're not talking, it's still language.
yeah.
Like, let's
And
just say that, bless her heart, she was with us now, and you would need organization in your seeds,
mm,
and your seeds are all over the place. And she goes to the store, buys, and chooses a box for you specifically and only for you. She puts stickers on it and like write happy gardening on it, and she gives it back to you.
Yeah.
you it is love language
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
the person took the time to choose something for you.
Yeah.
So Fox says feelings. What is this concept?
There's a song about that. Feelings. Um,
Your cat agrees.
yeah. And you have to get up early in the morning. So,
Yes,
um,
I just saw the time.
yeah.
And
I
Luna is looking at me. She's like, "What are you doing, Mom? Mom, I'm gonna go to bed." So, feeling is a concept that we all need to embrace to
yeah.
our own levels, and it doesn't have to be expressed with words. It could be addressed with
Anything. Yeah.
anything. Sweets, massage.
Find out your partner's love language.
Massage is a good love language to have.
Massage is an awesome love
So
language.
men or women, if you can learn one thing, if your spouse enjoys feet massage, hand massages, hand massages are like the best.
Yes.
Like we're gardeners, so like our hands are always like
Yeah.
working. So I used to be a massage therapist and I massage my own hands, but like if my husband can learn only that, feet and hands, I would be so happy.
I know what you mean, Fox. I've been uh Wendy passed away 2 years ago, and so I've been single for a long time. So basically, my apparently my love language is my
Meow.
cat. Yeah, meow. Yeah,
I just had to do that.
not my love language now is just not killing the cats when they tip over something that they're not supposed to be into in the first place. But
Also, I can't have massage done to me. My body tenses up on auto response. Well, bath, a salt
yeah,
bath. Soft bath. Well, salt bath is I'm losing my English. Relaxes your muscles
yeah,
and detoxifies. If you can't have hand massage or this, like taking a brush. Actually fall asleep. My daughter brushes my hair. She didn't believe me. I told my daughter, "Can you brush my hair, please?" I love to get my hair brushed, and my hair is getting longer and longer now. So she starts brushing my hair. I have like this thing long here, like so long, and all like. She's like, "Mom!" Like I told you, like I fall asleep when you brush my hair, because my hair is like, wait, my hair is like almost up to here now.
oh wow.
So
So
she
it
starts.
just completely relaxed you.
Oh god, she could have stayed there for 1 more hour, and I would have been out. Or maybe 10 minutes. If I have someone brushing my hair for 15 minutes straight and there's no knots, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping. uh, I'm a shower kind of guy. Well, I'm not going to say this on this platform. There's things you can do in a shower to relax. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
just going to say that. I'm a good in it. Oh, I wish I had a hot tub. It would be nice. Well, I just saw that I was on for 2.5 hours.
Yes. Yeah.
This is
Hopefully you
gonna.
didn't forget to monetize it before you,
I should have. I
because
know I
I
did.
always forget to monetize my lives until I'm like
Um,
halfway through.
I actually did that once. No, it's monetized.
Good.
I did that once. It was like a 2 hour long live, and I asked him, like, "Oh my god, what do I do?" Because like I think it was like one of my first monetized live, and he's like, "Just go change it. Doesn't matter."
Yeah.
But I was like, "Oh my god, am I gonna lose all of it?" He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna lose the live time, but the replay you won't lose
Yeah.
it." So
And there are people that go through and watch the replay, like, when you needed hours and stuff. And
yeah, I think right now it's you, me, and Fox that's present, and the three others is Marilyn, Dave, and Remy with their computer open. because there was only Fox talking to us, or maybe there's someone else. I'm so sorry, and they're very silent. I wish I owed. Wait,
Oh, you
let's
wish he
keep
had.
it. Yes, PG. I was clean. You see, I don't bend the rules. I know. Sorry, don't break the rules. I bend the rules, so I stayed clean. I didn't say anything mean.
Yeah, she just insinuates and then prays that I don't catch on and actually say what she was
No, no.
insinuating.
It just comes out.
Oh, I can't wait
For the
for the
podcast, I think
podcast.
Patreon, we should do a live Patreon the first time,
Yes,
like to get everything out. Well, thanks everyone for popping in. If anyone is watching this on replay up till now, thank you very much. And I have a canning video probably coming out this week
sweet.
or something else. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still brainstorming on ideas. So I will chat with you guys next week. Bye.
See y'all later.